here with the Karns City Gremlins head coach Joe Sherwin. Joe, who do you have with you here today?
I have senior center defensive tackle Josh Griffiths, and to his right, senior fullback linebacker Luke Gehring.
As you guys head into the season, what position group are you most confident in and why?
I would probably say our offensive line. We have several offensive linemen coming back from last year and some other guys who kind of filled in sporadically throughout the year. So we have a lot of experience there. So I'm looking forward to what our offensive line can do this year.
In the reverse to that, what position group are you most concerned about heading into the season?
So I would probably say our kicking game. We lost our punter and we lost our kicker, so we are in the process of trying to find one of each of those. So we'll have to see how things go. It's a work in process right now.
This is for the players. How would you guys define success this season?
As long as we can control the game, offensive line, run the ball, and as long as we can stay calm and pass it, control on defense, I think we'll be fine.
I would say we have to stop the big plays on defense and create big plays on the offense.
As you look at whether it's an individual or position group, who has made the biggest gains so far in the offseason?
That's a good question. I think Eric Boer's worked super hard. He's going to be our returning quarterback, so he's done really well. I think both these guys to my right here are going to have big years. They've worked hard as well too, and I think Micah Rupp's going to even go further than he did last year, so he's going to be making some big plays for us as well too.
When you look at who would be the most significant player or players you have to replace from a year ago?
That's an easy one for me. It has to be Nathan Waltman. He was a great leader for us last year, on the field, off the field. He never missed a workout. So by far, Nathan Waltman's going to be the biggest one we have to replace.
Do you replace him with one guy, or do you replace him with a team mentality?
I think it's going to have to be a team mentality. Yeah, I think Luke's going to be a guy that's going to have to step up on the defensive end and kind of replace Nathan a little bit. And then as far as the tight end position Nathan played, we're going to have a few guys mix in there. So, yeah, it's going to be by committee to replace Nathan Waltman.
This is for the players. What benefits have you guys seen from being back to a normal offseason?
It would just be nice to be back to regular, playing the same teams. I mean, last year we only played a handful of teams, and be nice to be back to regular playoffs and everyone getting a chance.
I mean, it's nice to don't worry about the masks anymore and can actually go inside and talk to your team, go outside.
Coach, what team keeps you up at night?
So I know there's different teams. A lot of the spread teams are difficult to defend. So I know St. Mary's, for instance, I know they have a great quarterback coming back. So that's going to be difficult to defend. There's other teams throughout the league: Clarion, Ridgeway, Kane. I mean, Du Bois. They all have their little things to worry about. So. But I'd say overall spread teams make it difficult to defend.
Last year you guys got back up on top. Know that a lot of people inside the Karns City School District feel like that's where you guys belong year in and year out. First of all, talk about getting back to that championship level, and then talk about what it's going to take to maintain that.
As I've said before, it's nice to get that little taste once you get to the championship game, and then further you get into the state playoffs. Even though we weren't successful in our state playoff game, you get that little taste, and once you get that little taste in your mouth, you want more. And hopefully that's what our team wants for this year. Is they want more, and that's what our community expects of us. And our community has high expectations. We have high expectations, and we want to do well.
Guys, having those expectations, is that something that you guys look at from an external standpoint? Internally, do you guys put those even higher expectations on yourselves?
Oh yeah, I mean, both of us watching all those old Karns City teams growing up, being always in the D9 games, winning games, like we take that as we have to be just like they were. And our sophomore year, we didn't make D9, but last year having that taste of D9 victory, we want to end our senior year with the same way.
It's going to feel good having experience in the D9 playoffs and knowing what it's like going into the state playoffs too.
You talked a little bit, Joe, about Eric Buar, came in as a sophomore. That's an awful lot of pressure to put on a sophomore, and yet was able to help you guys win a district title. As he gets older, is there going to be more responsibility put on him?
Yeah, I would say so. I think, we always want to have a strong running game, but we have to have that passing game to support our running game, and we want to be efficient in our passing game. And I expect that from Eric this year. Like I said, he's worked super hard this year. He's gelled with the receivers that we have that we're working with. So, yeah, I think he's going to make even bigger strides than he has in the past.
Guys, what are you looking most forward to this season?
Just being back to regular at playing. I mean, Ridgeway, we've been playing them since junior high. It's always fun to play them. Molotov, it's always fun to play them. I mean, just our senior year, everyone looks forward to their senior year of football. Just being the captains and being up there and leading the team.
I feel like it's gonna be really cool playing with the same kids that you played with since Blue Devils. So I think it's gonna be really cool.